Is this thing on? Let's go. All right, hello and welcome to another episode of Hedgehog Makes. My name is Austin, aka Zombie Hedgehog, and today we're going to be continuing where we left off on the Voron 2.4 300. So last time we were building these assemblies for the Z-axis, and besides the fact that we still don't have the bottom panel, we are going to progress. We're not going to mount these today, but we're at least going to finish up putting the pulleys on the motors. So I printed off this little piece the best I could. I'm still switching from ABS to PLA on my big simple core. Some brief challenges, but I got it printed and I was able to print off the idlers that we didn't have last time. So these were all printed today on both the ender and the simple core. So yeah, Speedy Power Z's, look, they're good. They're really good. I found that the Speedy Powers, for some reason, they're just really clean. I don't know what it is about them, but the prints that come off of them, on the simple core specifically, they're just so clean. Yes, if you're watching this, Galaxy ABS from Polymaker is out right now. Currently on Amazon. It'll probably be listed on their website, so make sure to check the video description for that. But yes, I did order some Galaxy ABS before it even hit the general population. The way that it works is that Amazon gets the main shipment, and then any excess gets distributed because of Amazon warehousing. Let me increase this just a little bit. There we go. Let's see what you're doing. Yeah, we have a lot to do, so let's just dive into it. We are currently on this part again. So applying the Loctite to the fasteners, not the fasteners, the grub screws, and then installing the pulleys onto the motors. Then installing the brackets onto the motors. So we'll be doing all of that before we continue. Is that black? Is that in the black material printing? What are you referring to? What are you referring to? You had them on your XY and your 2.4. Yeah, on the 2.4. So I'm going with the high temp motors. I did get these from West 3D. I was sent over the regular ones and ended up stealing them for other projects, so I went ahead and got the high temp. Next to the printer, the pieces you put together. Oh, this right here. This thing. Yeah, that's available on printables. If that's what you're referring to, it's really cool because you can take out the containers. They slide right out, and I have this one for my miscellaneous hot ends. I got some extruder parts in there, fans. These containers are very sturdy. This is all printed in Polymaker PLA Pro, and the frame is actually Polymaker's draft filament. So that's their new kind of budget-friendly, but still high-quality Polyterra-like material. I like it quite a bit, and it has been very helpful, very useful. I'll be printing off a lot more of those. Probably making a slightly taller stack or maybe multiple. And then it's awesome because right on top, I don't know if you can see, probably not, but yeah, you can't see this, but my organizer tray, which is doing a great job of organizing, more of a storage catch-all, but it fits perfectly, it slots in. That's available on my principal's profile, so this Outrun sorting tray. Made that for the competition. Recommend checking it out. I don't know if that's in the video description, but printables, type in my name is Zombie Hedgehog on there. So let's get grubby. Let's sit down for these. So I'm trying to get as many of these streams in. I'll be mainly focusing on the 2.4 instead of doing some of the other typical streams on Twitch, just because I know everyone just wants me to get this done. I want to get this done. Bob wants me to get this done. They can finally stop talking about 2.4. Just kidding. As soon as we get this built, that's all I'll be talking about. My 2.4, my 2.4. I'll have 2.4. Are you guys interested in a comparison between 2.4 and Bamboo? That could be interesting to look at because they're very different printers, but they cost about the same. Well, okay, Bamboo is a little cheaper, but you know what I mean. Like, they're in the same ballpark. Okay, so I'm putting in the Loctite blue, and then screwing the grub screws. Then according to this guide, we're going to slide it onto the motors. So these are the LDO Speedy powers with no focus. The camera focuses just as well as I do. That's okay. Soon, next week we'll have the new camera, so we'll be able to get some better shots for you. I'm excited for that. Okay, so it goes on backward like this. These are 16-tooth pulleys, I'm guessing for extra gear reduction. And then we use B facing down with the Z. Oh yeah, that's nifty. My parts are not that clean. Let me just... This is more of a... Oh, I should probably print this before the stream instead of spending half an hour trying to get this fiddled with on stream. So, not my best print for sure. I can't wait for this printer because this is going to be my main... Well, one of my main ABS printers, the other being a Bamboo. But this is probably going to be my reliable ABS printer. This needs to get trimmed too. Yeah, it's not good to have... I don't even know what happened here, to be honest. Oh yeah, it started lifting because, yeah, kind of rushed these prints. ABS is never an easy process to print. You got to preheat the chamber. To ideally preheat the chamber, you got to make sure that your first layer offset is great. There's a little bit of things to do before you print ABS, ideally. Of course, you don't have to, but to get the best results, you go through a little bit of prep. So I think this is probably good, something like that. Close enough. It's just got to be close. The belt has a little bit of wiggle room. So I'm going to mount one of these onto here. Oops. Got to make sure the pulley is aligned too. So I'm aligning the grub screw with the notch in there. Honestly, I probably should have printed these out of PLA. Made my life simpler. Okay. I'm gonna do up paper towels. Clean up the excess Loctite. If anyone has any questions or comments, maybe I'm doing something slightly incorrect and you want to notate it, feel free to type that in chat. This is my first Voron build. I built a couple printers, but this is my first Voron, so maybe Voron has a very specific way of doing something that I just completely missed. So feel free to chime in. There's one of these. Let's just go ahead and do all the motors at once. I thought I lost one who was inside of there. Do my best not to lose these things because that'll be a pain. Where'd you get the Polymaker Galaxy? You can't find it. It is on Amazon. So maybe a little hint, but if you go on Amazon, this is in the US specifically for the stock, but geez, that's a lot. If you go on Amazon and type in Polymaker and then sort by new or most recent, whatever the case is, it'll actually populate the filament in order of release. So you'll get to see not only the Galaxy ABS, but the Pop series has released on Amazon, etc. That's how I find out when there's new filaments coming. Because even Polymaker doesn't even remember what filament's being sent. That's how many they're sending. There's a lot of filament coming. Like, a lot. So make sure to check them out. Link in description, but yeah, it's available on Amazon. Or hit up the Polymaker Discord and they can help you out too. They're usually pretty friendly. Okay, get this in here. So what it looks like is the top is actually like just about coming up. Way too much Loctite. This thing is not going anywhere. But it's just ever so lined up with the top there. I don't know if that was on purpose, but there we go. So what I'm going to do is just screw it in and then verify it with the little tool. Like so. I'm actually a little high on this one. I got to go lower. Oh, no, never mind. This way. Yeah, I'll just do them by eye. Because even the tool isn't completely accurate because it has some printing issues. Hello, West 3D Printing, how are you? Heard you guys make really good linear rails. Like, really good. If you catch my last episode, I was just lubricating the bearings by taking off the carriages, and everyone's like, don't do that! But I'm a professional, and it helped that the rails were pretty good quality as well. In line for Cafe Yum. Oh yeah, that sounds good. I just had some coffee, so we'll be up for a little bit. Another one where the grub screws in the bearings. But so far, like I was saying last time, this Berserker motion kit is definitely, you can feel that it's very premium. I didn't have any doubts or anything, but it was even better than I expected. So that combined with the amazing engineering that Voron does, wow, that is a good combo. So good job on that. And if you're interested, you can check that out at West 3D. This whole stream's just going to be me telling you where to get these components. Of course, that's not the main focus, but everyone has really cool stuff. Very cool. You tried the Mo's Gucci rail today? Did you? Where's my sample? Speaking of samples, the STD6 that's been printing over on the King Rune, it's printing. It's not bad. It definitely needs a proper mount, but to be honest, I'd rather have a Rapido. It's so much more useful than that, and it probably is the same performance in real use, unless you're trying to push crazy flow and crazy everythings. I don't know. Oh, wrong way. Wrong way. Just like that. Remember, don't attach pulleys to motors and talk at the same time, because you'll get distracted and put it on backwards. Spot on, perfect. Those are in. Now, I've never used Loctite on any of these grub screws. Maybe I will going forward, especially now that I actually have it. So no maintenance, 5-year, 12 million miles, self-lubricating, completely enclosed bearings. Oh, that's neat. That's actually really cool. I like that. I'm sure I wouldn't like the price, but it sounds amazing. But I'm quite happy. I mean, I'm even happy with the regular CNA rails that you guys have. Those are pretty damn good. Again, that's what got me into West 3D. Having affordable but yet very high quality rails, no brainer. And now these Berserkers are even better. So thanks for stopping by. Hope to have this completed in the next century. Yeah, we should be making pretty good progress on this. I'll try to do as much as I can off stream, like I said, getting stuff printed, getting stuff maybe fixed if we run into any snags. But so far it's been pretty smooth. Not bad at all. Might be a new offering price. Yeah, it's good to have options like that though. I like having options. I like knowing the range as well. Like, whenever I buy something, I always look at what else is available. What's a little bit cheaper, what's more expensive, and then kind of judge how much I want to spend on the product. So I like stuff that's very good value, if that makes sense. So stuff that you buy, but isn't way more than what you need, but isn't going to be lackluster. So just right. Products that are just right. So like these guys right here, if you're going to build a printer, there's no point in not using the Speedy powers for your AV motors. There really isn't. Or the new super powers, but I'd even stick with these. These will be plenty for most printers, or the XY axis. Where'd you get the hex drivers you're using? Ah, these are the Wera drivers. This one's actually worn out because I use it like every day. But these, that right there, you can search on Amazon. That's where I get them. They're individual. Not the cheapest, but they're also incredibly nice. And a couple other people who build printers use these. Bert says, you go with the 1.8 steppers. Yes, there's no need for 0.9 steppers for these printers. Can you explain the difference between normal rails versus preloaded? And can you still remove the carriage on a preload rail? So every rail has a preload. A preload meaning, okay, it's a very, I'm not the best person to explain it, but essentially a higher preload means that the tolerances are lower, meaning it's stiffer. And usually those come with a more even, well, they can be high tolerance, but not precise. Anyway, the higher tolerance rails have a stiffer motion, so they are more resistive. But they're also stiffer, meaning they don't wiggle as much or vibrate. So if you're trying to push heavy accelerations on a printer, you want a pretty good preload. You want it to be stiff. A good test, if your rail, if your carriage, if you hold it upright, like I'll show you on this one. So if you take one of these rails, this is West 3D's Berserker rail. If you go like this, and the carriage falls to the bottom, that's way too light for 3D printers. Generally, if it can hold itself in place with a little bit of resistance, that's good. And when you lubricate them, they become even more kind of stiff and smooth. It's a different feeling. So that's kind of like the bare minimum for 3D printers, in my opinion, and I guess the general community. Having a stiffer preload helps with just keeping everything a little more tight. Hopefully that was a decent enough explanation. But yeah, the regular West 3D CNA rails, those have been fine. I've used them on a few printers, and I've recommended those for a long time, and people have been happy with them. All right, moving on. The next step will be this, motor orientation. So we want to make sure that the outlet for the cable is facing this direction. Are these all the same? No, they're not. They're different. But it doesn't matter because we're attaching it like this. Okay, so this is kind of how it attaches. I'm guessing in either direction. And these are using the 8mm. We were talking last time about how they use that's a lot of M3x8s. That's a lot. So they're using all the same size screw whenever they can. There's very few different screw sizes for this printer. It's better than having a random, you know, 8, 10, 12, 20, 22 for your printer build. It's nice to have everything the same. Welcome in. How are you doing today? So let's see, let's get these screwed on. I'm assuming I'm doing this right. They wrap around this little housing. Perfect. Like, man, again, the tolerances on everything is just so good. Everything fits way too well. I love it. So I'll get these on nice and tight. We're not going to be able to install these today because I am still waiting on the delayed shipping because of all the storms. Don't build stuff in winter. You won't get any of the parts you need. That's okay. I could have been a little more prepared too. I just wanted to start this even though I didn't have every single little piece because it's a long process and I wanted to get it going because let's say I do run into a snag where maybe I ordered the wrong part. Well, I want to make sure that I can get it in time. Reduce the number of unique parts is always a wise decision. Yes. Yep. Even if that makes or means designing a part that doesn't quite make sense. Like maybe this part could be a little bit thinner and use a 6mm, but they thickened it to use an 8. That makes sense. And I appreciate that move. So, these in nice and tight. I guess you only need to apply Loctite to the pulleys. I'm guessing because those move the most. Stationary screw into metal doesn't necessarily get Loctite. So get those in pretty tight. I think I'll need to tighten this up a little more. Just hand tight is fine. Okay, perfect. I'm guessing though that's how those go. And then this one will match up with the picture. Nail polish works good if you don't have Loctite. That's what I've heard from Nero. I did originally try that, but I just gave up and I haven't even needed. I don't print a ton. Right? I'm not a print farmer, or I don't print 10,000 hours of prints, at least yet. So I don't see the effects of long time use on a printer. This printer I'm expecting to print quite a bit of stuff on. Lots of materials, probably some engineering materials. I'll have a orbiter, well not an orbiter, Clockwork 2 with the RNC gears from Triangle, and then a Rapido with West 3D's Undertaker nozzle. And that combination, I should be able to print pretty much everything I need. I can even do Polymaker's carbon fiber nylon, which does not need a heated enclosure, but does require a hard nozzle. Ask the wife. I was trying. I just like stole some of her. I knew it was something that she didn't use. I just stole it. Like, hey, by the way, I used your nail polish. She's like, what? What are you doing in there? This is funny because I think it was before I really started streaming. This is when I was building my like first custom printer, the BQBX that I redesigned, using the 5 West 3D rails. Yep, that was fun. Wow, my streams have come such a long way. It's gonna be so exciting to look back at what I've done on the 25th. I can't wait for that stream. That's gonna be a lot of fun. We get to look at all the different projects, explain all the things I've done, the stuff I've learned. It's just so much I've done in a year of printing. And the people I've met, you guys are all fantastic. It's 2023, I should be okay with using your nail polish. That is correct, yep. Alright, so those are all on there, and unfortunately, that's as much as we can do for now, because the next step would be installing it on the frame. But we can at least see if it lines up. So, wow, I don't know which side is which. Let's see. So how does that go? Like this? Maybe? I actually don't know at all. That's the feet. That's upside down. See if we can match this up. So we have this facing like that. So that's the wrong direction. So let's take this one. It'll be like this. And then we have a motor facing up. Up against the extrusion. Okay. Something like that, maybe. Seems correct. Seems like it lines up. Yeah, it does. So you can see that this lines up perfectly on the top and there. In fact, it could probably come out a bit, but that's close enough. That'll be good. Was today your birthday? It was not. It was not my birthday. My birthday is not for a couple more months. Cool. Well, I'll put this stuff away, and we will start doing the next part, which is the gantry. That'll be fun. Here. The cool thing about this printer is you can kind of skip around. Oh, we have the Z-axis to do, right? The idlers. You can skip around a little bit because you don't have to do everything in order. Just know where you've done stuff and what stuff might interfere. But the entire gantry can be done separately from the feet, because the last step is attaching the belt. This is the classic black gray Polymaker ASA themed. This is Polymaker ABS. It's their gray and their dark gray. This was before they came out with their ASA dark gray. So that's fine. It works. For printer parts, ABS and ASA are roughly the same. ASA is just easier to print. So that could help me out a little bit. So next we have I'm going to skip all this stuff right here. We're going to do it to the Z idlers. So I printed off these. I got that right there. And I got this right here. We're going to attach one of these like so. With one of these are all the same, doesn't matter the orientation. It's going to go just like that. And then this is able to tension by sliding back and forth. So I'll show you that. Thought you were doing a Joker build? No. No. The main focus is the green. That's the prominent color of this. It's the West 3D green color, and it's quite nice. Let's go to the close-up, and I can show you what we need. M5 by 30. This is the button head, so I gotta get those from the pile. It's these right here. So one of these plus an M. Oh wait, no, M3. Wow, oh, that's for the other. Okay, that's for the next step. M3, so 16. I have M5 by 16, a M3 by 16 socket head, socket cap. Installed those the other day. There we go, M3 by 16 with some M3 nuts. Don't really not have any of the M3 nuts out. T nuts, camera nuts. They have nuts, and did I take them out already? Must. So M5s. To put them somewhere or something. I don't see them. They are just regular nuts, right? M3 nut. Yeah. I didn't dump them out yet. Okay, interesting. Well, I have plenty of M3 nuts. That's not an issue. Let's grab some. In the closest reservoir. I really like to buy these kits. I just get them on Amazon. They come in a wide range, and I get them both in button head and socket, or whatever they're appropriately called. Let's grab 4 of those. Thought it was yours today. No, it is Subsector over on Twitch. It is her birthday, and that is tomorrow. Okay, so we're going to insert the nut there, and then stick one of the... Oh, these are 12s. My bad. So we need 16, 30, 20... ones. M3 by 16? Yeah, winner. There we go. The color scheme's awesome. I really like this, like the dark, like the grays. I think Steve Builds did a color scheme like this. We went through a lot of options. There were going to be many, many options. Like we were trying to put a teal with this. We spent a long time trying to figure out what colors to use, and eventually settled on this because I think the dark gray was newer at that point, and I wanted to use it. So that goes in like this, and it seems like this is how you adjust the tension. So we're going to leave it on its loosest tension, so that the screw is, well, I guess it doesn't matter, does it? Yeah, we'll leave it so the edge of that is kind of lined up flush. So that gives us some play to tighten it. Because you want to install your belts at the loosest possible setting and then tighten it. Makes sense. Oh, then we need our idlers. So these are part of that motion kit. And these are the 20 tooth. 9mm wide idlers. Yeah, that's the big ones. There's 4 of them. Makes sense. So we need this, we need these, and an M5, which is here. Do we need M5? Or is this thread in the plastic? I don't think we do. No, we don't. It just threads into the plastic. And we're gonna follow the instructions and screw it in this direction. Oh, my new 3, yeah, the 3. I'm glad I picked up this right here. It's a 3mm version. That's brand new, and that's gonna come in handy because there's a lot of 5mm stuff. Hello, Jax Only 28. You're at the same point building your LDO kit. We'll follow your stream carefully. Awesome. Now, this isn't an LDO kit, but there are some LDO components in here. This is technically a self-source with different parts provided by different companies, including my own stash of stuff that I bought a lot of 2.4 parts to build my simple core because that was the best value at the time on West 3D. I was just trying to buy a bunch of stuff. I didn't know necessarily what I was going to use them for, but I figured, hey, I'll use it one day. And then I got the build plate, and that kind of settled that decision. But hopefully you can follow along with this. If you have any questions or question something that I'm doing, let me know. But we're going to carry through. I think at this point we can essentially non-stop build the gantry. We have everything we need for that. I'm not sure if I have the entire tool head printed correctly, so I'll have to check, but that's not today's problem. Yeah, that's in like this. This is gonna go pretty quick. So if you're just getting to this point in your kit, how are you liking it so far? The LDO docks are a little bit different, so have you been enjoying them? And have they been useful? Yeah, build away. Thank you. We will be building. Like I said last stream, it's very refreshing to have a guide on how to build a printer. I've been loving Rolohan's designs and his printers, but there's no guides. Like, we're making the guides. Everything's kind of in beta. I'm making the guide. I am the guide. Me doing this and posting it is the guide for some of these printers, like the Rook. Yeah, that goes in quite nice. Nice snug fit. They did a good job designing the tolerances. Next, same thing, over and over again. All these Z-axis has been repeating stuff 4 times. Okay, go, perfect. It's nice to have 2 printers that can do ABS, because I can have one color printing on one printer and the other color printing on the other printer. It's a win-win. Trying to get them all roughly the same tension so I can tension them after. I'll put them in on the same side, so these are going to be hidden. Maybe I should put them in the other way in case I want to take off. Yeah, we're going to switch up those. So when we install it, it's going to be installed like this against the top part of the frame. So I won't be able to access those screws. Oh, I guess I will. I will. Never mind. These will be visible. And those will probably look nicer from the outside. So those will be visible through the top of the glass or the panels. For the panels, I haven't printed any of the clips yet. I'll be going with, I believe it's a magnetic system or something similar, whatever is the most recommended side panel design. I think the next layer, I think he installed the magnetic panels, or someone did. It's just nice to be able to just take off the panels, especially if I'm printing PLA. You don't want it to be enclosed. And if you're in a really hot room, it can make a difference. So this will be visible from the side, and I guess the end of the screw is the nicest to see. The cool thing about the Voron guides is that they're just suggestions. They're not telling you, it's not like a Prusa printer. When you get a Prusa printer, if you've ever seen their guides, they are very specific. They hold your hand, they feed you, quite literally, they feed you while you're building it. The Voron guides expect that you're probably already a tinkerer and that you kind of know what you're doing. It's kind of like IKEA furniture, in a sense. You have to adjust the M3 in the middle. Yeah, I was just thinking if I had to remove the belt or something, I would just unscrew that, but yeah, probably not. I'm treating this kind of like my other printers where, okay, I have to do so much maintenance on this. Yeah, I'm probably going to build this and never touch it. It's going to be rock solid. Yes, I did pre-order the Soval SB06 Plus. I will be getting that whenever they ship it out. I was one of the first, so I should get it hopefully in under a month. People are already getting theirs, so maybe couple weeks. And when we get the Soval SB06 Plus, the first thing we're doing is making sure it moves. Then we're flashing Clipper onto it. Same day. So be prepared for that, because that'll be a fun stream. So I'll try to plan that for whenever it comes in. Yes, we're doing this on YouTube because YouTube is a much better platform for focusing on the builds. It's less fun as a viewer, but it means that more people are able to watch this. So if you're watching this in the future, make sure to give this a thumbs up and subscribe if you got served this from YouTube. I'll be making more and more content over here as I progress in my 3D printing experience. I'm excited. I really like YouTube. It's a great platform for this stuff. The quality's better too. If you've seen, you can adjust the quality and it's better. It's a higher bit rate. Welcome in, David and Dylan G. Next is the orientation. So we need 2 M5 T-nuts and we have to mine the orientation. So these are going to be perpendicular to the rails, or I guess facing the other direction. And that makes sense because of how the belts go. So this one right here is going to be installed. Let me bring this frame over and get you nice up and close. This is going to be installed. Maybe. There we go. Right up in here. Perfect. It's nice to have a tall tripod. Take a couple of these M5 T-nuts, which those are not. Those are M3 T-nut, or not T-nuts. They are T-nuts, but they're not. They're not T's. They're square. These are like rectangular nuts. And I'll leave these in the bag to separate them. Sorting tray is nice, but I want to keep these all together. Lots of M5s. Why are there so many? So many M5. What could I possibly be screwing in? They need that many M5 T-nuts. I'm confused. Okay. He's that many. 60 pieces. Oh well. So we did a couple of these last time. We're installing it on this side right here. So I'm going to just follow how it's oriented. Go kind of like this and in like this. I'll give you the overhead camera. It's probably better. And like this. And then kind of move it around. I feel like these are a bit finicky to get perfect right in there. I don't know what the correct method would be to get these installed. But they should just slide in and then they should be good. There we go. Once they're in, they move. But I've just found that sliding them in can be a little bit tight. And these rails are special. These are the LDO extrusions. So they're a little bit tighter. They hold them in very well, as they should. But just be careful when you're installing them. Not to scratch anything. Don't scratch your nice powder-coated aluminum. Anodized? Powder-coated. Anodized? Is it powder-coated or is it anodized? It looks pretty. That's what it is. So get it so they can slide freely. This one can't, so I'll just finagle it. There we go. Now it's in. And then line them up. And install our idlers, because they have little, like, looks like this. Just like so, with the eyeballs facing out. And then you're going to stab. I put those away. I shouldn't put them away. Stab the eyes with the M5 by 30 button head. I'm going to put those right through. Oh, that's funny. I can't remember who designed that, but it's just hilarious. I think it's great. Get those screwed in. The great thing about these T-nuts is that they don't spin when you rotate them. So they just kind of sit there, and then you can slide this part around after. So we're just going to push it right into the slot in the corner. And then once it's in the corner, we'll just tighten it down. And repeat this process 4 times. Just like so. I'm even like, when I'm screwing it in, I want to back it out, because to get a standard T-nut in, or hammer nut, you have to back it out to get it to like unspin and then lock into place. It's muscle memory that I really have to untrain myself for these. It's funny. It doesn't look like is it in all the way? I can't tell. Looks like it can be pressed more. Let's do that. Loosen it up. And get this pressed right up against there. Does it go any further? It does not. I just want to make sure, because this is our alignment for the Z-axis pulley. Or the belt. So is that correct? Yeah, no, that's not correct, is it? That is not correct at all. Nope, not correct. Should have gone on the other side. So these, I'll just pop them out. See, no one caught me. You guys are supposed to catch my issues. And that was a test. the test to see if anyone would catch that. Definitely a test. Oh, I can just slide these over to this side. We'll do that. That's fine. It doesn't actually mark up. Doesn't mark up the extrusion at all. Okay, so we'll do this side over here. See, this was the plan all along. So do this one first. Of course, that's what I wanted to do. It's a better angle. So stabby stab. Get these right in the eyes. And then put them in. And line them up. Okay. Screw them in. So, just get them snug. And then slide it into place. Too snug. Yeah, so it looks like there is a bit of a visible gap because of the chamfer. Sorry, the fillet on this side. And I thought that was an issue, but it's not. It's supposed to be like that. Perfect. That's in there. Good enough. In the tension, you just come in and go, whoop. Attention your Z-axis. Or, yeah, use Z-axis. That looks better. Making sure it does. Yeah, so that's... No, is that correct? Oh, hold on. That's also incorrect. Wow, that is also incorrect. It has to go... Okay. They're going to be facing each other, so just sliding it over doesn't fix the issue. We have to pop them out. This is a stream on what not to do, if anyone's interested. Definitely do not follow this as a guide. So I'm going to try to pop these back out. Again. You have to roll them, so press on one side, maybe? They're in pretty good. How do you get these out? I did a couple of them, they kind of came right out. But they're in there. It's like roll them. Maybe pressing down on here. On the threads. Wow. How do you get these out? You find having the fusion assembly going? I could, but I don't want to crash my computer. Fusion has done some nasty stuff to this computer. So we're gonna leave it shut for now. But I do have it as a reference in case I need it. My second computer, sure. Or I could pull up Onshape on my phone and do that. But how do you get these out? Am I like really struggling with this or what? I got a bunch of them out already. I just don't want to scratch anything. Don't want to like pry them. See, they're rolling, so you have to roll them out. So you have to like get this in. I don't know why these are so much different than the M3s. M3s just kind of came right out. Like press it down and they popped out. I think for the sake of this for now, we're just gonna leave them in and continue because I don't want to spend too much time messing around with that. I'll do it off stream very carefully, thank you. Oh, I know what we need to do. This is what we'll do. We'll just take one of the screws like this, screw it in a little bit, and we have leverage. Now we can maybe wiggle it. No, because it hits the top. I'm determined to get these out. Jeez, they really this hard? Because I don't need any in this rail at all. Like zero, zilch. Line joint. You had to take off the M5? Wow. I mean, I could do that. If we have to do that, and if these are going to be such a pain, then we'll do that now. It's quite easy to disassemble, so you just take off 2 screws. These right here. Maybe even just 1. Yeah, we can just do 1 and kind of bend it a little bit. Just a little, and slide them out. So nothing goes out of square too much. They didn't slide out. Oh my god. Like, they don't slide out. What the? Oh, it's because of the screw. Okay, I gotta completely disassemble the screw. Yeah, that's annoying. Oh man. Yeah. Let's see what I'm doing. You don't need to see. So I remove the screw. I'm gonna slide out these from this side, kind of holding it out just enough to get the screw out. I don't care where it goes. Just out, away. Of course, these aren't in correctly, so. No. And we are free. Jeez. That's a process. Then I gotta put this back in. I'd probably recommend taking off both sides at the same time. Makes more sense. But I already have everything square, and if I can just get this flush up, then we'll be fine. Eyeball it and just get it mostly there. I can tighten it on the surface like I did last time. Just do it by feel, by hand. Get back on there. These extrusions are luckily very easy to work with. It's so much better than the other stuff I've done. You check the T-nuts have a thread in them. You have 2 T-nuts with no thread. Wow. No. I will now, though. I'll just kind of like glance at them. Huh. Well, thank you. All right, now we're going to put this on the right side. So which side is that? Okay. Oh, okay, I see what I did there. Okay, so if this is the correct side, they need to go on here, on this one. Like this, right? 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 So the rail's here, and we need to put them on this side. Yes, that is correct. So I'm really not sure if I'd rather have the regular T-nuts. I find them easy enough to work with. Sure, they can be kind of a pain to get just right, but once you have the technique down, they just kind of work. So same as before, we're gonna get this in with a little slot facing the outside. It's gonna mesh into that extrusion. Get it started. Make sure they're both lined up. Get one kind of snug, the other one snug. Slide it, and then tighten it. Again, I'm backing it out first because I'm used to T-nuts, hammer nuts, whatever is typical. Get those in nice and tight. Really torque down on them. No, that would be too bad. Cool. Repeat that a couple times. We'll do one on this side. I'll give you a close-up. This. I find that's easiest to use the kind of like go at it from an angle and kind of like twist it in place. That's been easiest for me. So put it at an angle, your finger, and then just go whoop. and then press up. And then that is able to slide around. And make sure they slide pretty easily. Then you're going to line them up best you can. Start one, start the other, and then get them kind of snuggish. And slide them into the rail. Just like that. So 2 are in. And flip around, do it again. This slide's so nice on the surface. It's great. How far do you think we're getting the gantry? Like, how much do you think we're going to be able to get done in this stream? I'll stream until I can't stream anymore, because this is a long build, and the more we can get done in these streams, the better. If you have any questions in chat, this is a Q&A stream, as always. Just feel free to ask away or ask me about what I'm doing or my thoughts on something. Otherwise, I'll make up topics. A topic that I brought up previously in the stream is bamboo versus Voron. That's a great discussion that I've had a couple times, but I really need the experience. I need this experience. I can tell you already that there's no comparison in terms of ease of use. No comparison. Bamboo out of the box is going to be far, far more user-friendly in terms of the actual hardware. But this is a completely different printer. You build it your way, you build it to your spec, and it's yours. There's a big difference between a DIY project like this, with a personal connection and a personal touch, you get to choose the colors, versus an off-the-shelf product. A lot of 3D printing for people is all about that personal experience. It's about the culture, the communities around it. And a huge part is having your own custom printer. Now, you don't have to. You don't have to get a custom printer, but it's a lot of fun. And when you're getting really kind of burnt out from the hobby, you'll know that, hey, I built this printer. This was mine. It's not just some random thing you bought at the store that you can ignore. It's kind of like family when you're done with it. Neither of these want to move. Hello, Gulsifer. How are you doing today? We're just getting these idlers installed. They're not bad. They're pretty fun. And speaking of Gulsifer, if you are designing printers, if you're designing components, it's not a bad idea to build one of these. I've already learned a lot of little techniques just by how Voron designs their stuff. Because remember, this is all kind of over-engineered. Everything is thought through quite well for kind of the best possible user experience for what it is. So if you are interested in building a printer but don't know where to start, I'd recommend the Trident, the LDO Trident, specifically the 300 cubed. That makes the most sense in build volume and size. And it should be one of the easiest Vorons to build at the moment. So those are all in. They're pretty good. Of course, these are all loose because we'll tighten them after. But they're at their the least possible tight. So when we put the belts in, we can tighten them after. So that's that. What's next? The others, yeah, we did that. Print bed, we're gonna skip this for now. All the salt lasts, there's no need to do it now at all. No need. I don't think LDO sells a cube Trident kit. What do you mean? It's their 300 cubed. It's the LDO 300 Trident. They have an extra large frame. I think that's the main difference, just the frame is different. I think everything else is the same. Magnet, no. Heater, no. We'll do this later. Nope, nope, nope. None of it. The Voron Legacy is a modernized design true to the spirit of the original Voron 1. So if you want to build a Legacy, a couple people that I know, well, at least one has built a Legacy, and it seems pretty nice. It's like a solid printer for what it is. You can do the magnet RTV off stream. I probably will. I already have the magnet installed. Actually, I'll probably replace it with the new magnet. LDO Trine is 300 by 250 in build volume. So the 300 is 250 in Z. Okay. I thought it was taller than that. A, B. Oh boy. Let's put this aside. So we're going to move right into the AB. If you're unaware of that terminology, AB is your XY motors, but they work together. So they're not XY, they're A and B. They're combined to do different moves. It's a special movement called Core XY. Pretty cool. West 3D has a 350 cubed. 350 cubed? What? You mean 2.4? Or Trident? Is Trident from the... I don't know. I'll be honest. I don't actually have an LDO kit. I'd love to get one in the future. BA. So we get different drives. Let's start with the heat inserts. We need to do those. So let's collect the parts first. So we need to get all of these and all of these. I will find those. Uh, 300 cubed Trident. Do they? 300 cubed? So 350 build volume? Or 350Z? Is that really the case? Cameras. This one's gonna be very quickly replaced. Very quickly. But it works. 300. Yeah, it should be 300 cubed. I don't know what the actual usable Z is. It's probably like 280, if I guess, but it's a 300. They have both. They have the regular and the 300. All right, chat. Let's find these parts. They look like this. So there's 1, 2. They're pretty big. They're easy to spot. 3. And 4. They're hiding. So 4 of those. And then we need... Oh boy. What the heck are those? They're accent parts, so they're this color. That should be easy enough. 1. 1. That's a good start. 2. I'm guessing I just need 2 of these, because that's all I have. Yeah, okay. 2 of those, perfect. The Q-frame for Trident is not a stock LDO kit. Really? Is it not an LDO kit? That's interesting. They have... Oops, that's the wrong thing. I can't share my screen, but they have this. So are they just sending... There in chat is the link. They have a 300 cube. 300 cube. They also have a regular 3... Do they even have a 300? They still have the 300 frame, too. Are you doing the mesh skirt that Steve did? I don't have my skirt planned yet. I was waiting for Polymaker's dark gray ABS to come in. The Galaxy. I was waiting to do that. All the accent parts, I was kind of waiting. So we'll see. And I'll have a bamboo at that point, so we can do AMS, multicolor, pretty easily in ABS. Let's go back to my guide. Go, is it hiding? Where'd you go? Here it is. All right. So doing some heat sets. They go into, how many of these parts? Looks like, not this one. That one? That one? No, that one. Where'd they go? Okay, this one. This one, and they put the wrong ones. Am I going crazy? Did I miss one? Those two, and then those two. No, are they different? What's going on here? Do I have the right parts here? Yeah, the 300Q is about for a little bit. Turn this down. But are these correct? I don't know. I print these all at once, so I'm assuming I would have printed the correct things. But they're different, which is confusing. These two are different. Oh, because one of them, they are different. But should they be like that? So you have one here and one there. Then the rest of them are the same. That doesn't seem right. Does not seem right. Unless they're actually different. Those go together, maybe? Okay, that doesn't go together. Let's pair them up. So these two go together like that, and those two go together. They're not identical. Oh, okay, that's for the cable chain. Okay. Okay, so that goes together, and then that goes together. Okay, so it tells you exactly how many parts to put these in. So it's just these. That was scary for a second, because it's not like impossible to reprint these. But it's annoying. You then have to not be able to do this, and this is the main section. This is where having like a fast printer that can do ABS would be handy for these applications. All right, heat sets. Oh, they're here hiding. All right, heat set time. So we need one right here. So the trick that I did last time was put it in most of the way, leave a little bit sticking out, and I press it firmly on a hard surface that won't be damaged by heat. And that's worked so far. The glue marks. Oh, some heat, like a heat gun? You think that'll get rid of it? It's like heat gun? I never tried that. Do you think a heat gun will work? Heat gun. I do have one like right here because I have some color changing filament. Let's see. Oh, wow. That is magic. Okay. Like actually black magic. Huh. Alright, well, I'll do that for all of them. Good to know. Good to know. So a little bit of heat. And these are ABS, so they're not going to just like completely melt. I say that as I put the heat gun really close to it. So it's a little bit of heat, and they do... I'd leave it a little bit far away because it is getting a little warm. Takes it right off. Oh my god. That's amazing! Look at that! It looks like new. Why weren't you here previously? And then back from the printed bed. Oh, okay, that makes sense too. Just like getting it nice and close for like a second, but not exposing it too much. And then not putting my hands directly behind. That helps too. I mean, this is good. I think I might have been told this tip a long time ago, but I completely forgot. Look at that, you're like melting it right away. And I'm assuming you can't hear this heat gun at all because of NVIDIA. This is very satisfying. It's crazy satisfying to do this. Wow. It looks like new. Look at that. No glue at all. Epic. I'll keep that in mind for other parts that have some glue on. Completely silent. Good, good. Yeah, it blows my mind with what NVIDIA can do to your mic. Okay, now that I know this trick, I'm gonna clean these up pretty well. Easier now than when they're all assembled. Maybe it'll melt away in like high chamber temps. No, probably not, because the heat won't affect it that much. Good enough. Good enough. Okay, so I got those heat sets on. We'll continue with these. It looks like, yeah, there's only two, and they're pretty obvious. Wow. Wow, great tip. Great tip. I think I have some glue on some of those parts, so maybe I'll hit them with a little bit of heat and see if I can fix that. Perfect. One more. Perfect. Look at that. Awesome. Love it. Time for a water break. All right. Let's see what's next. Ooh, more pulleys. Yay! More Berserker parts. Assembly aid. This bolt is used to align the components will be removed. Oh, cool. So we need an M5 by 40. That is in this box. Oh, let's bring it closer. M5 by 40. Get this, and I need my Berserker stuff. Perfect. What is that part? Okay, that's a completely different part. I gotta find it. Is that this? Is it this? No. it this? Yes. Okay. We need this right here. We're installing like that. And then we need a... Being removed later. That's intriguing. It's being removed later. Wonder why. We need one shim. That. And some bearings. So these are West 3D's Berserker bearings, part of their motion kit. You can buy them separately if you just want to get them. And so far, they seem extremely high quality, pre-lubed. Don't have to worry about that. And the tolerances are like perfect. It's the most frustrating part of the build. Oh, awesome, awesome. Yeah, I mean, so far it's been kind of flawless. So, knock on laminate. All right, and then another shim in the top part, which is not this. Slightly different. But it has that belt. Oh, more stuff I have to use the heat gun on. Haha! Like that, knock on laminate. I mean, I do have wood. My desk is made out of... Well, my frame's made out of wood. But this is a bowling alley lane. Fun fact. That's why it looks like that. It's a scrap, or... Not scrap, but a... Oh, okay, I guess we're doing this for a lot of parts. It's not scrap, it's a defect. It has like a defect in it or something. Something that just can't be sold. So, it was in the scrap bin. This is way too easy to remove the glue. Way too easy. Oh my god. Now I'm gonna want to print stuff with glue just so I can remove it. Oh. Speaking of removing, I had bearings on there. No one saw that, right? Glue stick. I don't necessarily use glue stick, but I do use Maker's Mistress for my adhesive on the bed, and that is a glue. So I think sometimes it's just enough. Or maybe I was printing on a surface with glue. Did I drop a shim? Is that what I dropped? I should have extra, but... oh, it's right here. Glue stick, imagine that. Glue stick does work for a bed that's not quite level. It acts as kind of an interface layer / like leveling layer. And I had another piece that's right here. Perfect. Got all the parts. Good. That goes like this. And then, is it this piece? Looks like it. That goes on like that. It does not. It's the wrong piece. Okay. So another piece looks just like that. This one? Hey, more glue. I haven't used glue stick in a long time. Yeah, I use it as an interface layer for PETG and Polymaker's nylon, and that's about it. Otherwise, I use Maker's Mistress. If you're just tuning in, I'm removing glue with a heat gun, because apparently that works. Is that the right one? Oh, did I put the wrong part on? Hold on. Just right. Okay, it goes like this. There we go. That goes in like this. Wow, like very, very nicely. Then one of these, specifically, are they both the same? Are they identical? They better be identical, because they look identical. They're not identical. It's the one with the hole in the top, the circle in the top. This one. This is where you might run into issues, because if two parts look the same and you don't pay enough attention, you might just become a little frustrated. So, we're clamping this in place, like so. We want to put it like this. So we're kind of holding it up right. Okay, there that goes. And then sliding that on like this. What is this? And then we're reattaching it like that. Luckily, I built a lot of rooks, so I know exactly what I have to do, and we'll just do it. So just push it back through these parts, and then they'll probably become on a line. So I wasn't really paying attention. So let's try it again. I see where people might become frustrated with this. There could probably be a jig that holds it all in place. I don't see why not. But now that I know what I'm doing, that's going to be a lot easier. So you're removing this, but keeping everything vertical. So very gently removing this without touching it, sliding this part on, make sure you have the right part, and then sliding this back in to the top. Just like that. Okay. And then the bottom is going to need a it takes... Do I put the nut in now? It doesn't tell me to, does it? It does, okay. So let's get that in while we have it. And this is a large boy, yellow-sized. Cool. So that's just kind of snug, and that'll be a tensioner for something? I don't know. It slides pretty nicely. I'll leave it a bit loose for now because it's going to need to slide. So let's go back. We did this one. Okay. And then we need an M3 washer. M3 washer. One. M3 washer. M3 washer. Is that anyone? M3 washer. I must have like a baggie with nuts and washers somewhere. Very random. Because I don't have any of those. That I see. So I will steal some. I've got plenty, don't worry. Just finding which bin they're in. Not that one. Not that one. That one. Perfect. Front idler for tensioning. Oh, this is the front idler? Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Before we go any further, yeah, so, yeah, we don't need this at all. Because I have a mod. Jeez. So let's hope I printed off enough stuff for this and I can figure out how to assemble it. But, yeah, we have a mod. They're like Rama's better better or something. Yeah. So let's take a look. Front idlers. Right and left side are identical. That's nice. So I specifically have the version with that take the spherical bearings. You don't need those, yeah. All that for nothing. Yay, that's how you wouldn't put them together. So hopefully, if someone's watching this, hopefully that is useful. Maybe just watching it. So I'm glad I did that, but we won't be using that for this. And I'll have to go through my Voron parts and find a baggie that I bought. I did buy this from Fabrico because I was already placing an order and they had it in stock. So it's a full kit with everything you need, including a couple heat sets. So that's this right here. Oops. So let's see what's in there. Do you think Voron is a full kit? I did not. I did not. It would have been a lot easier. I would have much preferred that. But no, I did not. Let's see. And this is all stuff that I probably could have sourced. I think West 3D does have the parts for this, but I had no idea what I would need. M3 by 10 by 0.5. These look specific. M3 by 30. Maybe I won't even need this kit, to be honest. Maybe I won't need this. Maybe I can use my own screws to match the color. But I needed these, and I do believe West 3D sells them. But I just wanted to get it in case. So let's see. So it has these two right here. Oh yeah, I don't have these. Okay, so it did come with a couple things that I don't think I would have had. So I'll use these shims that it comes with. I will use the heat sets because why not? I'll use the magnets. Those I would have had. I'll use the West 3D bearings. And then I'm going to source my own socket head screws to match the color from the kit. So it looks like we need 3 30s. Sorry, 430 4 30s. 4 of the 40s. And then 3 of the 10s. I have a specific one that's just 10 mil because I go through a lot of those too. There's 2 of those. Cool. Set it aside. I like buying kits for stuff. Even if I don't necessarily need the whole kit, it's nice to have. It really is. So what are the instructions? Let me share this. Maybe I can. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Maybe. Hey, let's see, does this work? Hey, nice. So this is what the mod looks like. Do I just assemble this? Did I even print the covers for these? I don't think I printed the covers. Do I need the covers? I don't need the covers. Those are magnetic. Okay. So it looks like I'm going to... glue some magnets in. Let's do that right now. So take my broken thing of CA glue and just glue some magnets in. Oh, I'll wait for the magnets. Do I wait for the magnets? So make sure they're all facing the right orientation. Does it even matter with these? Does it matter what orientation they go in? I forget. Yes, they very much do. They are polarized, so let's just try to match them. So the magnet goes into this piece, like so. Ooh, is this a tight fit or what? Is that gonna fit? I might need to trim that a bit. File. But this is one of those mods that I was told to just get. Just get it, just install it, it'll make your life easier. And then, of course, I'm going to go with those spherical bearings because that makes a ton of sense too. If you're going to install something, just do it before while you're building. I know, build it stock and then upgrade later, but some stuff you just gotta trust the system. You gotta just do it while you're doing it. These holes are very small. I think maybe the parts weren't scaled for ABS. Maybe that's the issue. Like, will this even go in? Oh wow, it will. And now is it stuck? I guess it's just press fit. It's definitely tight enough. And it seems like it... Oh, okay. So it just press fits in. So I just sanded it a little bit, and now that is in there. That is not coming out. So I'll do that to the other one as well. This one just goes in. So I'm going to make sure they're the correct orientation. Yeah, so same orientation. I'm going to press fit that right into there. Maybe use a little bit of NEMA hammer. Where's my NEMA hammer? That's critical to building this, is using a NEMA hammer. No NEMA hammer, that's sad. Go. I know somewhere is like really random. I don't use it on a daily basis, but I got these. Let's use that. Perfect. Everything's a hammer. So those are in. And then what else do we need? We need a heat set. We have 4 heat sets, so that shows me that there's 4 pieces. And those go in here. So they go into here. That's what it looks like. Yeah, okay. So they're going to go into these pieces right here. And these ones I can't press into the table, so we'll just eyeball it. It doesn't necessarily need to be pressed in flush. You can do it by hand. It's just easier to get it consistent and faster using the table method. Or preferably like granite block that you're supposed to be building this printer on. Enough. I just wasn't expecting to hit this part so quick, which I'm glad I'm getting out of the way, because I would have been stuck on here forever. I'm glad I remembered. As soon as I saw that idler, I was like, oh, yeah, I have different ones of those. Cool. That's installed. Okay, so we need to slide in to... Okay, so I'm going to use the shims they gave me in case they're a different size. It does say 0.5, so maybe they're thinner? I don't know. Don't know. We can measure them. Might have been worth picking up the kit after all. Okay. So these are approximately... No, the same thickness. Yeah, so these are the same kind of shim size. I think the only unique part are these pins, and I believe you can get them from West 3D if you need to. But oh, also these. I don't have any M3 shims. I have washers, which I think are thicker. But I'll use these. Doesn't matter. So we're going to take our bearings, and then put shims on them. Wow, how does that go together? How the heck does that go together? I'm guessing you slide one in, and then you slide the other, like this. This is harder than the other one. The other one's easy. Okay, it goes in like that, and then you just slide in this last... Ooh, maybe? Really? Oh, this bottom part isn't on all the way. Okay. I'm guessing it needs 2 of the shims, yeah. Okay, it is kind of pressing. So I just press them in into this little cubby, and then use one of your pins and press... Oh wow, is this gonna be a tight fit? This might be. And press it in. And don't lose them. Oh, this is one of the things where I have to sand down. If you insert M3 inserts first, you won't be able to put the pin inside. Good to know. Good to know. Insert... Oh, after you put the... Wait. Insert the M3 inserts after you put the bearings and pin inside. If you insert the M3 inserts before, you won't be able to put the pin inside. Life finds a way. Life finds a way. Did you grease your idlers and pins? No, I did not, actually. I did not. I don't have to grease this, right? Okay, so the idlers, these are pre-greased. These are the West 3D ones. I shouldn't have to grease the pins. Right? Right? Ideally? In fact, these are already covered in kind of in a bit of oil. Shrug. Okay. We like doing maintenance on printers. It's content. And I see what they mean. It's like, read. Read before do. Read before do. Yeah, that's not going to work. Oh, damn it. Okay. So, I think we're just going to press these in more. No, I can't. So on here, it is threaded. So I'm going to thread in the other heat set that I've been using to press against. Hopefully I expose some of the threads. And then we're gonna undo those by putting it in, screwing it on. I'm gonna back this off first to leave myself some slack. Screw it on a couple turns until it's tight, and then remove it. But be kind of gentle. And I'm just gonna leave that on there for now because we'll need it. Then I can insert my pin. Hopefully get everything aligned. Yeah, that's gonna go right in. Okay, perfect. Cool. And then attempt to get everything aligned. Oh yeah, this is gonna be snug. A snug fit. Oh boy. Oh boy. I think I might cheat here. Need to cheat. I'm gonna cheat. Maybe. Maybe. If I can find something to cheat with. Where's a good set of water pump pliers when you need them? Maybe not. Maybe we'll just suffer. It's always an option. Other than these small hiccups, how are you enjoying the build so far? Do you enjoy actually watching this type of thing? Because this is something that I would just work through behind the scenes, right? I get frustrated, maybe take a break and come back at it. But you get the full, unedited, raw content. I have some right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take I guess I have these, and we're going to try to force it on by squeezing it. Just like this. Wow, that actually worked perfectly. Hey, look at that. Perfect. Snug. That is not coming out. I'll just buy, I'll buy a new thing. I'll just buy it. If I have to. Just buy another kit. And reinsert this heat set, because I didn't read the instructions. My bad. And I'm going to leave this in for like a second to make sure it's melted. Because when you remove a heat set, well, it's never going to be the same. Perfect. And then repeat the process one more time. Remove one of the heat sets gently. That aside. Take our Berserker bearings and the shims. Insert the shim into there. Put the bearing in. If you're just tuning in, these are Ramas, idlers. I can't say if I'd recommend this mod, but this was recommended to me as a kind of must-have while you're installing the printer. And I wanted as many of those as possible. So there's not a lot of mods that I'm doing. There's this, and then the complement to this, which is those spherical bearings. So you kind of just force this in. This is all a tight coffin. I don't know why it's so tight. I don't think it needs to be this tight, to be honest. But I'll work my way through. I don't know. It feels like it's It feels like it's set up so that you can just slide stuff in, but it's definitely not the case. Oh, I know what I have to do. Okay, so it is kind of set up like that. Wow. So you're technically supposed to put... that. You're supposed to put both of the shims in first. Does it say that on there? I don't think it does. But put both the shims in first, and then put the bearings, maybe? No, the bearings are in here for good. Jeez. Everything's in here for good. Oh my god. Well, I'll try to tilt it, I guess. That mod, it's not a must-have. Well, okay, I know it's not a must-have, but it's a must-install while you're building the printer mod. AKA, I'm not disassembling to install this mod. That's a must-have while building type of thing. Because a lot of stuff I can probably do after the fact, but... Alright, so installing the shim first, then the bearing. Then the bearing, hopefully. Maybe. Yeah, it just kind of worked. I don't know what's wrong with this one. Maybe this part is printed just a little too small. Maybe it's not pre-scaled for ABS. Potentially? It's the only thing I can think of. Or I'm just being dumb. Yeah, I'm just being dumb. Okay. So you install both the shivs first, and then you put these on. And then for the pin, I'll do the same thing I did before. I'll start sliding in from the top, get it aligned where it's supposed to be, and then use my pliers and press it in. Being careful not to, yeah, nothing's aligned, so align it. Align it best as possible, like that, and then press this in. Not going nearly as easy. Break anything. I feel like it's kind of an angle. Maybe that's an issue. Oops. Try it from the other side. This side. I just want this assembled. Well, if you plan on installing a different tool head for aesthetic purposes. Only part you can't install, you can set first, stock parts, never like that. Oh, I know, I'm aware. I just understand why. I understand why it's like that. I'm just having a hard time getting, oh, there we go. Hard time getting the pin in, but that is perfect. Wow, okay. That's all installed correctly. I'm gonna put that heat set back in. That was fun. A little bit of a side adventure. Hope you learned something with that. Okay, that's in. Good enough for me. Let it cool off for a second. And then continue. So I'll start with this other one. So looks like this goes like this. They're both the same. So this is going to go in like so. So this allows for tension. Oh, wow, that slides perfect. Wow. Very snug. I love these parts. I think this is, it only fits in one direction. So it goes in like that. And then we're using a M3x10, which I have here. No. What's first? Does it matter? Doesn't matter which one's first. They all kind of go in at the same time. And then the big hole is M3 by 30. So the smaller ones. Okay. Like that. So is that not supposed to be recessed? I guess not. Oh, it's for alignment purposes. Oh, that's neat. You did the pin mod, you're 2.4, but this looks way slicker. Ah. Yeah, this is pretty nice. Oh, this one. Oh, wow, that's genius. Okay, so the top one gets installed kind of flush. I don't know, it's supposed to be perfectly flush, but kind of flush. But these two stick out, and these are going to be used with the covers I didn't print as alignment. That's smart. That's smart. So it's going to go right on there, and we can print off one of 3 covers, which I'll do at a later date. And this was supposed to be an accent part. I don't care. At this point, I don't care. So let's get this installed. So it goes in like this. So these 2 go in first. That's the question. Those 2 go in first. And then that one after. And this is where I'm going to pull out the electric screwdriver. Maybe. It's up here somewhere, isn't it? Yeah, it's right here. Wrong screws. The M3 by 10 goes in the top. I know what I'm doing. Hey, thank you, chat. Okay, so the M3 is the one that gets recessed. And that goes in probably after the fact. Okay, yeah, it does. Okay, so the official process is put this in, line it up, put this in, screw it in. Maybe. Need more torque. More torque. More power. Maybe. Maybe? Yeah, just tight. Okay. Where it's useful to use an electric screwdriver, because I'll be doing this all day. Okay. That's how you set the tension. Oh, that holds it in place too. That's nice. Yeah, that's really nice. So that's gonna hold it in place so it can't go back and forth. Oh, that goes into the heat sets we put in. Okay, that makes sense. So I don't know which position I should have it in. Do you know? And then this one just goes into here. Probably just into the printed part. We'll lock it in place. So I'm not going to over tighten that. It should be in the right position. Ah, gotcha. That's useful. How about this? I'll put it in the middle. We can adjust it after. So that's how you adjust the tension with those 2 screws. And it locks it in place. So we'll repeat that process on here. And then it gets a cover at the end. So pretty cool. The parts are well designed. The process probably is documented somewhere that I didn't look. Leave them slacked until you belt the gate. I don't know which direction is slack. That's what I'm asking. Like, which way is slack? I'm guessing unscrewed is slack for these. This is the one where you can slightly tilt it to how the belt... Yes! That's why there's 2 of these. Magnets. That's why there's 2. That's what this mod is. Thank you for clarifying. Let's put these both in. So I can take one of these and screw it. Just one. And as it gains tension, I don't know, I believe it should allow for tilt, right? Or something. Whatever, you can precisely align these. Unscrewing is slacking them. That's what I figured. So as the picture shows, that is in its slack position. Let's do that. Okay. Perfect. So that's slacked up. Get this 10mm in here. It's probably a very minor tilt. Yeah, I'm guessing 2. We'll deal with that once we get to that part. So that's what it should look like, and we'll just match that up on here. Okay. So those are roughly the same. Cool. Just like that. Awesome. And then the belts will be clipped on to here. How does that work? Why are the belts? What? Oh, is this our... This is our Z. Okay, so these are the 2 ends for the Z belts. Those clamp onto here. I see. And... How? How does that work? Probably some M5s. That's probably the stock screws. So I think this is all we need. Now, let's compare that to this. So yeah, that's the difference right here. Is that, yeah, so this one, okay, this one does go back and forth, like this. But it's only held in place with this one screw here. So it can, I guess it can't tilt. So I guess the only advantage of this is that it can tilt. That's what I'm getting at. Never seen this in the build stream. Cargo, Steam, and Nero have much experience. They can get everything perfectly lined up with their eyes closed. I'm guessing, and I did a little bit of lurking and stuff. This apparently will have issues, potentially, could have issues. So by doing it this way, that's the difference, is that you have full control over where that is. It has a fancy cover. Yeah, that's seems like it. So we're at the same step at this point. Yeah, same exact step. I'm gonna undo this because we don't need to waste bearings. We can't afford to waste bearings because we have exactly enough. So I'm gonna put that all back where it came from. Put that thing backward. So help me. Cool. That was fun. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed all the time I spent cleaning up these parts. I will put these aside because I do not need them. I do not need them. Do not need. In the bin of shame. And then I got 2 covers. I should have more than 2. I really should have more than 2, shouldn't I? Should have 4 of these, right? Well, we're not installing belts today. That's like the last step. We can print those later. Welcome in, Liz. Advantage is more room in the gantry in X dimension. And 2 screws, it stays aligned better. Okay, cool. Cool. Well, that should help us get really fast speed, especially... So this is perfect for the Berserker motion system. Because we're going for speed. Dragging the cat. Nice. You can you measure the other pin? What's the length? Which other pin? Which other pin? But I'm gonna carry on with the assembly because we're already running behind schedule. So we don't need that. And we're at this point right here. Check your work. Other side of the idler. Which pin? Oh, more glue! Glue! Kill it with fire! Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm sorry. The 2 idlers are just left. 2 idlers are just left. Both of these modded parts are the same. They're mirrored. Or they're identical. Uh-oh, running out of power. I can sense it. I can sense it. Aww. It's fine. That's fine. So in order to print these parts, I used my K2 spool holder. K2 clip spool holder, which is currently attached to my printer. Okay, let's see. So yeah, that's fine. We did this already. Yep, that's all done. Done. Perfect. Now we're at this step. I don't know what these are for. I really don't know what these are for. Why do they include these? Is it for a later step? I'll just put them aside. So we need this one right here with the heat sets. So 2 M5 by 30s. Oh my god. Mother of bearings. Alright. This is coming closer. So, our first bearing stack. Yay! So we need shim, berserker bearing, shim. And this one we need shim, berserker bearing, shim, shim, 2 shims, berserker bearing, and a berserker bearing, and 1 more shim. Nice. Then we'll find the matching part. This one, they're indexed together. So, oh, these screw into plastic. Don't over tighten. Yeah, I see why. So holding it like this, we're gonna take our screw driver and then get it started. Yeah, I can feel it. Just snug. Ever so snug. Enough so they don't go back and forth. So give it very, very snug, like very snug. Be very gentle. Cool. Those are in. You can kind of give them a good wiggle and make sure that they don't move back and forth in that direction. This one is a little bit, so let's fix that. Perfect. Over tighten until the plastic cracks, then reprint. Gotcha. That sounds correct. Fun. That's a fun step. That's a pretty big assembly done. Ooh, motor. Oh, these are the fun motors. Yay. Oh, this means I have wires attached now. It's okay. So for this, we're going to be using the LDO Speedy Power with attached cable. Because the high temp, we can push these even higher, hotter. Yay. Unfortunately, I didn't have the superpowers in on time. I don't even have them ordered. But we can swap them out in the future after we use the stock. I wouldn't go anything with less than this for stock. So we'll see how it works stock and we compare them against the superpowers in the future from LDO. From the tap needle? Gotcha. So de-jank this a little bit. I probably could have left that on there. I don't know why I just undid the whole cable. Oh well, I like to play it the hard mode. More pulleys! These ones are 22 pulleys. Superpowers released. I don't think so. But if you want to win some superpowers, make sure to join my Twitch stream, link in description, on March 25th. March 25th. That's next, not this Saturday, but next Saturday. Where I'll be doing a major giveaway on my stream. So thanks to LDO, they're going to be giving away some superpower kits. So you might be one of the first people to try them. Before me, as it typically goes. But that's okay. I will use them in the future for something. And of course, they're giving away orbiters too. There's going to be a lot of stuff. You'll do not want to miss that. So a little bit of Loctite. Just in case. Just a little bit. Just like the smallest amount. It is goopy. It's not gloopy, it's goopy. Alrighty. It's going in fine. So these are going to need to be installed at another specific orientation. The Speedy Power is black on the inside. I don't recall that. But that goes in like this. And then we're using the A section to set these. I put them backward. So they go in like this. So top, kind of top mounted. Get this up real quick. How many people in chat have used the LDO Speedy Power motors at all? I'm curious because, and let me know in the comments below, have you used these motors? They're crazy. They're crazy. You actually have to drive them at higher amperage. They're kind of cool. So I typically run them at around 1.4, 1.5 amps, and you can run up to 1.7. You, the high temp version? Oh, nice, nice. When did you switch over to those? Because I know you had issues with the 1.9s being loud. What's your experience with these? I love them. Last weekend. Nice. Oh yeah, awesome. And yes, they should be pretty quiet. A lot quieter than the 1.9s. And they're still high temp. So you get the high performance and You don't need 1.9s. You really don't. Yeah, you don't need them. You don't. It seems like these are roughly about the same as the others, so let's just do what the others have, where the pin for the motor is slightly recessed into here. As this part is not perfectly printed, so yeah, it looks good enough. Get those in nice and tight. Let's do this one for now. Remember, don't get any Loctite on your printed parts. You'll have a bad time, allegedly. Got liquid cool the motors. Oh, cool. That's awesome. If you don't know, Bob is trying to print like PEEK and other high temp materials, so I think he has an aluminum Voron, which is kind of neat. Alright, so we need this to mount like that, and then the tops of the bolts are here, so that should go in like this. That looks correct. Next step is M3 by 30. M3 by 30 socket. It's this one. Aluminum parts and all aluminum interior parts. That is epic. I saw somewhere, I don't know where, but there is a tap kit that's already aluminum. So it gets installed with 3 bolts. That's all you need to install motors, just 3 bolts. That's pretty common for a design to use 3 bolts and then have something going on with that 4th bolt spacing. For instance, on an Ender 3, you know, the X motor cover, you can install your motor with 3 bolts and then install the cover with that additional 4th bolt. Chaotic Labs CNC tap kit. That sounds correct. That sounds correct. I don't know where I saw that. Someone must have shared it. On Twitter. Probably going on Twitter. Screw these in, make sure they're all lined up correctly. Then give them a nice snug finish. Not an optical sensor as recommended. It uses optical micro switch for some reason. Interesting. Huh. Aluminum tap parts be good. I would definitely consider aluminum for the tap because of the forces you're pressing your entire tool head against it. You want it to be as strong as possible. Over time, I can see it. I did purchase the, I want to say beacon. The beacon, not for this project, but the beacon is a new sensor that uses induction, I believe. And it senses the bed as it moves across. So it doesn't actually probe it, like just hovers around and gets readings. So that'll be cool to play around with. I'm putting, eddy currents. I'm putting that on my big simple core because that does not have a perfect Z, and it'd be nice to have a really accurate and non-BL touched probing system. So I'll be doing that probably on a YouTube stream when I install it. Speedy from Fabrico has made an EVA 3 duct that supports it. And I'm sure there's going to be plenty of other mods. But that'll be fun. I can't wait to get that in. I just thought today, I'm like, okay, I'll get that. The beacon for the K3. Oh, nice, yeah. It definitely seems good for adding some speed and not needing any additional probes. Check your work. So we're going to make sure... we're going to make sure that that's lined up perfect. It's nice and straight. So when the belts go on, it goes on straight. Cool. So same thing for the other one. We'll just put it aside. I don't need this blue. Get out of here before I spill it. This one is, this part. 2 more of those M5 button heads. Reason tap should be ABS is if a nozzle crash, the bed is designed to break before you bend your gantry. Okay, I can see that. Hopefully you don't crash, but I guess it's a price to pay. Either do you want like long-term rigidity, or do you want the ability to save it? Kind of the same thing with RC cars, right? Do you want to be able to break the steering mechanism if it hits something, or do you want to not break and break your servo? More bearing stacks! Yay! You guys ready? Let's do this! Jim! Berserker bearing, berserker bearing. Hello, Maker Viking. Welcome on in. Sure, I put these in right. Yeah, I did. Just sanity check. This one gets another shim. If you're just tuning in, we're building a Voron 2.4. I'm currently assembling the gantry. I'm doing the AB motor mounts. We did the idlers. Those are here. This is the Rama better front idler mod. And now we're installing our Berserker bearings from West 3D. Onto there. Looks just like that. So this is kind of what it should look like. It should be orange too. If it's not orange, you got the wrong bearings. We say shim a bunch of times. You think we could throw them off? I'll shim you right off of here. Okay. We put this cover on, like so, and then hold it and screw it, not over tightening because it's threading into plastic. Ooh, boy. Make sure that you have it all lined. Start both sides before you really go at it. Is it in place now? So this isn't in, so when it's aligned right, that should kind of go into place like that. And then you can screw them in. Just until they're snug. They should be sticking out slightly from the top. And then check these to make sure they have no play up and down. They don't, so we're good. Awesome. Now we get to do some more motor stuff. I'll grab my other motor over here. And I'll leave the cable with the part on it. Take our last pulley here. No, I already took it out, didn't I? Yeah, whatever. Take our last pulley and install that. The kit does come with an extra one, and that should be used for the Z end stop. I'm using a Sex Bolt end stop, which is already pre-assembled, so I won't be needing that. Anytime you need to use screws, I love how it makes the model look. Makes prints look legit. Oh yeah, it makes them look finished, like industrialized, for sure. Like, just look how good this part looks, right? But if it looked like this, then, doesn't look much. But yeah, this adds the extra, it looks like you know what you're doing, type of thing. I agree. So you can incorporate screws and make them look good. You don't have to have them all hidden. So the button heads look nice sometimes. But that being said, I do like recessed socket head screws. Those, in my opinion, look the cleanest when they're recessed. Loctite in there. Probably home from work. Welcome on in. We're going until we drop. Don't stop till you drop. Because I want this printer running today. Kidding. Soon, soon. When do you think I'm going to get this built and completed? Like, seriously. I'm going to be working on this pretty much non-stop until it's done. On stream and doing a couple things off stream, but just very minor things. Stuff that you don't need to see. And I'm not necessarily doing this to make content. I'm making the content because I'm doing this. If that makes any sense. AKA, I just want this done, but I'm documenting my process as I go. And you guys have already helped me a couple times, so I appreciate it, and I'm glad I'm doing this like this. So get these in. I kind of know where it needs to be. I'm gonna verify with that little tool by 3 a.m. Gonna have it working by 3 a.m.? All right. 3 a.m. it is. That is incorrect. Incorrect. The big part goes on the top. No, that's correct. That's correct. That's correct. We're good. This is the B motor. It is correct. We're good. Because one side's higher than the other because of Core XY. And it's about the equivalent of flipping one of these, fun fact. So like the opposite orientation of the motor is roughly the opposite. Finishing tonight is optimistic. Oh no, we're not finishing it tonight. We're how many hours in to it? This is our 3rd stream. We're gonna need a few more. Any 3 a.m. Okay. Those are in, and then the next step is aligning the motor. So it looks like the bolts are facing up, but this is like this. That is the correct orientation according to this. And we screw it in with some more of these M3 by 30s. When's your bottom panel coming in? We got some weather delays in the area. I live in Maine, and Maine shipping has been very slow recently. So, I don't know. Tracking is kind of broken for it, so I don't know. Maybe for Saturday stream? Maybe. Tomorrow I am not streaming. And then I will stream on Saturday night. That's the current plan. Have a good night, Gulsifer. I'll talk to you tomorrow. All right. Now those are in. So 2 little motor thingies installed. Nice. It'd be fun to run the belts for these, I'll tell you that. Fun, fun, fun. Why'd I have these? I love extra parts. I probably didn't need them. Probably didn't need them. Yet. Yeah, those are probably for this axis. Yeah, this right here. No. What is this? Is this stock? So confused. I'll ignore it. Hey, non-fam, welcome on in. All right, check your work. Yep, we will check our work. Make sure this is aligned. And It is not. It is not. It is not remotely aligned. It is not remotely aligned. Huh, that's a good thing we checked. So the idler should be there. So where did we mess up? Did I use the wrong spacing? Yeah, I did. Oh, okay. Yeah, I measured it wrong. Okay. I'm just going to eyeball it because, yeah, we can just eyeball it. So there's access points to get the idler loosened. And then we're going to just visually line it up. Just has to be kind of close. Not taking off this motor just to adjust that. All right, let's see. Is that good? Looks pretty much center to me. Use the other motor. Did you grab the correct one? Yes. Yeah, this is the one with the bundled cable. I did separately. I know what I did wrong. I'm looking at the picture. I used the wrong measurement on that tool. So, that looks better. See how the top is sticking out a bit? Like the image? That's correct. Okay, so now that works, check our orientation, or check our offset is pretty good. Could probably go a bit lower, actually. A little bit lower. A smidge, just a hair. A little lower. A little higher. Yeah. Yeah, that's perfect. All right, that's perfect. Motors have different wire lengths? No. No, they don't. But this one is bundled because I didn't take it apart. So I know which one's which. Okay, that's fine. That's all installed correctly. Hopefully. Close enough. Next. V24, not 2.4, was an experimental design. Only 2 have been built. Its design became the basis for the Voron 2. Nice. Is that the really big printer? Like the really big printer? Gantry! Wow, we're getting pretty far. So, we actually have a lot of this built. Wow, we're gonna get the whole gantry almost done today. That's good. So currently we have our B drive, which is this one. We just installed, I believe. Yeah, this is our B drive. Then we have our A drive. We have our idlers, which are the same, like that. So we need to do the left XY joint and the right XY joint and our linear rail. Cool. We're making pretty good progress. Yeah, I don't really have a lot of stuff left, I guess. But a lot of it's like big pieces for the skirts and such. All right. So let me see. I have my cable chain adapter. Somewhere. Oh, it's an accent part. But we're using generic cable chains. So we have the 2-hole. Some heat set in that. Hi, Ginger. Currently soldering. So if you could not claw me, that would be excellent. Okay, that's in. Easy peasy. Going up. Want to say hi to chat? I'm gonna say hello, Ginger. Let me read through the manual. What's next? Oh, Gantry already. Oh boy. The Gantry. Ooh. Do you guys want to use a carbon fiber rod instead? Yes, Ginger is very cute. Are you very cute? So if you like this cat, make sure to subscribe, like, just for the cat, not for me, just for the cat. Belly rubs for everyone. Alright. Bye. So this is our shortest extrusion. So I'm gonna go over to my pile of extrusions, wherever the heck that went. God, where'd those go? Where the heck did those go? Where'd they go? Oh, are they in here? Maybe? No. Runaway extrusions, apparently. One heck of a pile of extrusions. Oh, what is? What did I say? I'm getting some extrusions in tomorrow, hopefully, for my other builds that I'm working on. That'll be fun. Okay, seriously, where did I put those? He's sitting around the pile of extrusions. Get the shortest one? Yeah, I mean, technically, I do have some extrusions, and they're in a pile, hypothetically. Hypothetically. Oh, they're right here. Okay, they're like in a weird spot. So out of the 4 I have left, I'm grabbing the shortest one. That. And we have to install some T-nuts. Yay, these are M5. Not these ones, they're M5s. So let's do that. DC is helping with the deck. Awesome. Awesome. 2 nights in a row. Yes, we are getting this done. I don't have a schedule. No set schedule. So, well, my typical streaming schedule, I guess. But on YouTube. I love how a lot of the other 3D printing streamers are like, yeah, I'll just do 1 stream a week. 1 stream a week? Oh my god, I need like 4 streams a week to get this done. At least. But then again, I'm not like Steve and I can't just stream for 8 hours on a Sunday. Yeah, these are a pain. Can I slide them in? Can I slide them in? Why am I doing this? I'm just gonna slide them in. Maybe. Yeah, we're... Why not? In fact, now that I'm seeing this, I'd probably recommend before you do the part, or before you just like assemble this thing, put your nuts in first. If you're doing these, put them in first. They're so much easier to slide in from the side. Yeah, that's my official recommendation at this point. Slide them in. Just slide them in. One way you can stream a Voron build is if you want it, otherwise it's too much work. Oh, yeah, this is a lot of work. Hey, hey, English. English only in chat. I can't read that. I can't moderate what I can't read. How do I moderate my moderators? Help. Steve consistently goes very long. I know he does. That's awesome. Great, because I'll be like watching him. Same thing with Modbot on Wednesdays. Like, they all go for so long. Alright, so those are in there, and they are not lined up perfectly. So let's see if I can kind of match the picture. So kind of close. Ish. Okay, something like that. Oh, this is our rear gantry. Okay, cool, cool. So this isn't their gantry, this is our rear extrusion. Yes, yes. I love these nuts. These nuts right here, I'm telling you. How do I attach them? You just slide them on? Okay. So our B is the one with this. We're gonna slide that onto... No, it's A. Is this A or B? Doesn't really matter, does it? Slide that in like this. Make sure they're lined up. They're close enough. And then slide this one in on this side. This is pretty, this is an awesome step. I like how the rear part is just like a printed thing with an extrusion between. It looks very cool. All right, let's see. Perfect. Next, we're using M5 by 10s. Do I have those already? I think I do. Is that what these are? Yeah, M5 by 10s. So we're just going to attach all of these. And I'm guessing, how snug do I want them? Probably just kind of loose for now. Semi, like, tight. No, snug. Snug. Just snug, not tighten, I guess. Make sure to oil them first. You guys and your oiling. I have to oil everything I touch. This part is very... Every step so far has just been amazing. I love it when you build an assembly and then have to put it on something. Same thing with Lego. Like, you build an assembly and then you attach it to the bigger thing. It's like, oh my god, I'm adding so much at once. Versus putting one piece on the big part. Snug, you need to de-rack at the end. Yeah, yeah. We're gonna have it snug. For sure. But it doesn't specify that. Doesn't say to. Is that right? Let's see. Perfect. It kind of self-aligns. Cool. Awesome. So I should be able to... I can at least unscrew them at the end. But they're in enough to hold it in place. That is our rear... Oh, we're going to install this right now? Oh, no, we can't really install it. Oh, the whole gantry is one piece. Right. Wow, the whole gantry installs separate. That's cool. That is so unlike a Trident. We need some space for this. Stuff organized too. Idlers away. We need those probably another couple steps. Oh, that's a lot of nuts. Hey, we can slide them in though. That's good. These nuts, I'm telling you. We need the two that are the same length, which looks like these two. And we're gonna be sliding on a lot of these. Hey, but first, you guys wanna do some lube? I know you wanna do that. So I'll put this aside, and let's grab our linear rails. Ooh, I have to find my other rail too. I got to that a while ago. I wonder if this is the first 2.4 to use Berserker rails. I doubt it. Don't tighten the gantry down too much. Yeah, I can see that. So we're gonna remove these little stoppers on both sides. Those in the bin of stoppers. And then for these are the Berserker rails, so I can easily slide off the carriage. I don't recommend doing this on cheap linear rails, but for these I can slide them off. Ironically, they have a fill port, so you don't need to remove them. But just like last time, I'm going to apply a small line of EP2 grease from West 3D on the bottom of this, just like that. And that's probably all you need. So no mess, you just do this, and then you just slide it back on. Just like that. And these carriages are so precise, or there's something about them that the balls just slide on perfectly without no chance of coming out. Okay, there's a chance, be careful, but now it's on there, pretty good. We'll do the same thing for this one. But be careful on your other normal style. If you don't feel comfortable, you can use these fill ports, but it'll take longer, so I try to avoid doing that. Extra, swipe it off. Perfect. Good enough. You can always add more later if we need to. So those are both lubricated. Takes like 2 seconds. Next, we're gonna count our nuts. How many do we need? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 nuts. These are all... They should be M3. Do I have that many? Do I still have more in a bag somewhere? I do. I have a ton. Oh my god. Jesus Christ. A lot. Okay, let's restock then. Just dump them everywhere. Whatever. So we'll go 4 in on one side and do 5 on one side and then 4 on the other. So 1, and then just slide them in. 2, 3, 4. And I do the same thing on the Z-axis as well before you build the frame. I think that would be ideal for these styla, definitely. And especially using the LDO extrusions, because it does make it a little harder to do after the fact. Okay, so I'm aligning them up to the rail. Mine the carriage. Okay. So we need 25 millimeters. Are we supposed to center them? 25 away, so... me grab my calipers again. I'm assuming we're centering it. That would make sense. So I'm going to lock this at 25 or so. Let's get a rough measurement of where this is going, so I know where we're putting our first nut. Right there. Perfect. Okay. Next. Put this one in place. Get them all lined up. That. This. And like that. Cool. Then we'll slide the rest on from the other side. I had 5 in there, and I said need like 9, right? It's my estimation. 9. 1. 2. 3, and then 4. That looks right. All right, cool. Doing on every other. There. Let's see. There. There. There, and there. Perfection. Okay. Just gonna start on this end. Awesome. Just like that. And then we can start screwing them in. I have one of these here. Use for alignment. Well, okay, we're just gonna start them first, and then we'll align them after the fact. So I'll take the M3x8s, which I believe these are, right? So M3x8s. Are these 8s? The whole pile is 8s, right? Those are those 10s or 8s? Yeah, those are all the same. Okay. Or no, are these? These are M3x8s, and those are M3x8s. It's the same size. Yep, okay. I should know what an M3x8 looks like by now. Okay. This. So just a little bit, just to get it started. Get the party started. And then we will align it after. Random question, do the slide-in nuts weigh less than these? Probably, yeah. I'd assume so. They're less mass, but it doesn't matter. It's relatively doesn't matter. Not one little bit. I don't think this is the printer you're going to build to chase speed. It could be. But if that's the case, then you're probably going to go for something like, I don't know, a carbon fiber gantry. Well, no, it's just the x-axis, the moving part. These are stationary. These don't move. So it doesn't matter how heavy they are. You almost want it to be a little heavier. But as you get higher, it does make sense to have a lower center of gravity, so the less they weigh, the better. Eh. Same as before, we're gonna put in our spacers. Are those the right size? I think so. Yeah. I'm gonna put them towards the middle-ish. That's not the right one. That's a bigger one. Here it is. All right, so we're gonna put them towards the middle, and then we're gonna do our very center-ish one first. Go. That's on snug. I'm gonna do the second one over. That, and then the one direct to the other side. After that's done, I can slide these to the end. And then alternate. So that one, and this one. That. And this will ensure that they have the least chance of binding, because you're working from one point and then going out versus starting from the outsides and coming in. At least that's my interpretation. I take a tour with the guy in front, taking me to the party, over to the inside. Since it's hot and humid in the front seat, I got this transition thing down, I am pretty sure. What? What? What did I just read? There we go, that's one done. One more to go. This is probably the longest part so far. Just installing our nuts. This part is nuts. Okay. Literally, this part's just nuts. You're translating very poorly. Oh. Oh, you're translating from French. Okay, that makes sense. French people don't know what they're talking about, so that makes sense. Well, if you're enjoying this and you want to see more of this content, the best way of supporting me is actually through Patreon. So I don't do a lot with it right now, but you do get access to the private section on my Discord, which is fun. And I'm working on doing a lot of stuff behind the scenes in terms of content for calibration. I just feel like there isn't a great, there's a lot of good calibration stuff, but after doing this for about a year, I feel like I can explain stuff better. So hopefully I can work on that and get you guys the best information on what has worked for me. Everyone's gonna have their own ways of doing things, but people tend to like how I do stuff for some reason, so I'll make my own guides. And of course, Patreon members will get the full write-up of everything, whereas on YouTube, I will publish just a video explaining it. So it's a nice perk if you want to get in on that. That is in the pipeline. You are French. Hey, just because I'm French doesn't mean I have to speak French. Put the last 4 of these in. So much easier. I'm glad I didn't try to slide them in. I mean, there's gonna be someone that puts them at an angle, and I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I think these are technically slide-in nuts, but you can put them in at an angle or after the fact. Like, I don't think they're intended to be. Probably the biggest difference. So lining up this right here. 4, perfect. Now we can install it by loosely assembling it. Hey, it's time for Subtexter's birthday. Awesome. Liz in chat posted a link, if you're watching this live, to Subsector over on Twitch. It is her birthday, so go and print her special birthday model and wish her a happy birthday. So, happy birthday, Subsector. Hope you have a great day. Hope all your printers are working great. Hope all your projects come out awesome. I want no interruptions to any of your prints. Everything's been flawless. And happy birthday. Made you lose focus? Yeah, no focus. No focus. No focus allowed here. Alright, so those are in. And then we're going to double check one more time that we're 25 millimeters away or so. I don't think it has to be perfect. That's close enough. I'm going to put those, I just had them, they're dark. Here we go. We're going to do the same thing to get this aligned. We're going to start in the middle and work our way out. That, and like this, and like this. We'll see how close we get. Who knows, maybe we'll get really close the first time in terms of binding. Maybe nothing will bind up. Are you guys enjoying the stream so far in terms of quality, angles, etc.? I think the actual picture quality is better on YouTube. So that's a nice benefit for anyone who wants to get a better look and anyone who's using this as a guide in the future. A lot of watching, geez. And of course, after you install each one of these rails, make sure they still run smooth. If for some reason they don't, there's probably an issue with your alignment or something. So just double check that. They should be running very smooth. And these Berserker rails are so smooth. Like, they're crazy, crazy. You want a helmet cam? Oh, geez, you don't want that. So smooth. Look how slow I can go and how smooth it is. That's good. Good stuff right there. Cool. So those are on, and we need some M5 T-nuts on the other side. Bigger ones. A drone camera. That'd be cool, like a chat-controlled camera. That'd be kind of neat. It's gonna go in like so. Yeah, I see those attached to the other part. Awesome. Wow, this is coming together. How many hours is this am I supposed to be able to build this in? 40? What's the speed run for a 2.4? Cloverfield cam? You don't want chat controlled camera? Chat knows best. Here, how's this? We'll give, like, the VIPs a special camera that only they can see and they can control. That'd be a fun perk. Has anyone thought of that before? Like a special, like, web page that you can sign into, that you can control the camera, and no one else can see? Get some ideas. Don't steal that. My idea. St. Patrick's Day printer. Yeah! Happy St. Patrick's Day. Is that today? I think it is. Or no, it's not. When is St. Patrick's Day? So if you want to become a VIP and potentially get the chance to control a camera in the future, sign up for my Patreon. Link in the video description. It's a lot of fun. It's only $3 to sign up, and then more is better. There's even a very special tier for those who like or want to experience something new. Liz is a VIP. Yes, you are. All right, and then okay, we need some on the top too in the same-ish orientation. Tomorrow or today for you. So Friday is St. Patrick's Day. That is today. VIP wall when? Just like wall when? That's a good question. Good question. Okay, so let's slide it like this. This is why they're centered, so you can still access these screws. Honestly, gonna be kind of a tight fit, huh? Oh, tomorrow's your birthday. Oh, well, happy early birthday, or it is happy birthday in terms of the time I'm in. You have anything fun planned? We're gonna get you a birthday model. What do you want? I will allow one free swatch truck. So that won't slide in anymore because there's a nut there. Was I supposed to do something different? No, I don't think so. Interesting. Interesting. You see the problem here, right? So what do we do from here? We need to use Misumi slide nut since you're using the bolt at the end of the rails. Yeah, that's what I'm guessing. So it does come with some, right? Or I don't know if it does. What's the workaround for this? Email name may not be Patrick. That's funny. Is the workaround to install the regular nuts? Is that what it is? Which is fine, I can do that. Just wanted to stick to the build as best as possible. Third rail convert to a trident? Alright, we'll do that. Did it come with some? I thought it did. Didn't I specifically say it did? Those are M3s. We need M5. Okay, so I gotta find my M5 nuts. Nuts. They are somewhere. They do exist. Their existence is unknown. Chat, if you were an M5 hammer nut, where would you be? Where would you hide? Probably at the bottom of everything? That's a good guess. The very, very bottom of, like, everything. I'm talking, like, lifts up the house, and then it's there. Your bin organizer. Nope, that'd be too easy. Far too easy. Oh, it could be in here. Okay, I got it. Got it. So to fix this issue, which it's kind of weird. Why is this an issue? Because the picture is impossible. So this can use one standard nut. We're gonna need two of them. So So we're going to slide in one like this. And then one like this, I'm guessing. Sideways. Yeah, this one's going to be a little rough. Do they fit? Do they fit? Should. Oh, that's mine. This is blocking it. They want to rotate. It's gonna be a little bit of a pain, just like a mild pain, probably. We'll do that, and I'm gonna definitely put this one in. These are amazing. I love them. It's the wrong size. Oh, don't tell me I did the wrong size for all these. I need M5. Oh, don't tell me I did the wrong size for all of them. I think I did. I did. These are M3s. I need M5. Oops. I thought I already had a bamboo. Yeah. So I tell you that. Yeah, I've not gotten any confirmation on any shipping updates for the bamboo as of yet. So I'm still waiting on that. Soon, TM? But that's okay. It shows M3 inside, M5 outside. Oh. Wow, that's okay. So I still got the backs wrong. The backs were wrong. The backs need to be M5 on all sides. So those are wrong, but I see what you're talking about. So these are actually Jesus Christ. M3. M3 on the inside. Thank you. Thank you, chat. On one side. M3, M3, M5, and 5. So M5 outside, M3 inside. Okay. So for these, I need to use... Which ones are they? Aha, here they are. These ones. Choosing the right extrusion. Yes. Yeah, they're both the same size. The last one is slightly shorter, and that's used for the gantry. Can it line up, though? I think they would. At least they come out easy enough. That. This. Like that. Perfect. I don't know. The specific spacing, we can figure that out later. But let's put it around. This is the important side, where we have to install the M3 on the inside, which are these hammer nuts. So I need 4, actually. 4 of them. I think these are M3s. Let's see, are they? Those M4. Kind of hard to tell with these. So M4. One's M4. Wow, do I have any? Oh! 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 The kit comes with these. It comes with them. There we go. So I didn't need to use my own, so we're still good. I'm just... I goof. Yeah, I originally thought it was the wrong size. But these have to be used here. I think the picture just is wrong. These are a pain too. Big pain to install. Okay, it's that one, and I need M5. That. Yeah, so maybe like this. That's gotta be. And repeat that everywhere. Right? Slide nuts may still work fine if you get them in. Easier to assemble them with. Okay. So, okay. This one right here, I can use the slide-in M3s because there's a slot. But the other side, there's a screw there, so that doesn't work out. That's the issue. So yes, I can slide this one in, good point, and then slide the M5 next to it. But on this side right here, this one I have to put in the hammer nut. This is a very confusing process. Like that, and then put the M5. Like so. I'm really interested in seeing what IDEX can do. Multi-material prints seem like they could make really interesting things, like using TPU PLA. Yes, yes, absolutely. There's so many things you can do with IDEX where you have independent control over the nozzles. I would be most interested in removable supports. That's kind of the... That's my favorite thing, is just better support filament. And the ability to use like just one dedicated for support and then one not. Even using PLA PETG as one support and then one main, because they don't bond together well. But yeah, there's a lot of interesting things that are going to come in the future. We're just seeing the adoption of MMU because of the bamboo, making MMU much more accessible than even the Prusa MMU. So I'm happy to see that more people are designing for MMU, and it'll be interesting to see how it goes in the future. Cool. Those are in. I think we're good. Maybe a pain to align the screw later. Well, we're about to find out. M5 holes on top. So we're doing the... Yeah, let's do the idlers on the side with the loose nut. Since they should be both the same, like, mirror finish. Those, right here, they're hiding. Are still printing at 3 a.m. We might have the gantry done by 3. It's a good. good goal. 5mm holes on top. I don't know what that means. Let's see. I have one assembled. Where'd that go? In here. 5mm on top. I'm guessing the idler on top. Guessing the idler on top. Yes. This part right here has to be up. So does that mean M5 on top? Yeah. The rail is the underside, so the top has the two 5mm. Oh yeah, I can just look at the spacing on here, although they're the same. On this one, it appears as though they're both 3mm on the inside. Yeah, Soft Fever has a Prusa slicer, but no one's interested in that because the layout of Soft Fever is quite nice, or Bamboo is quite nice. Did I get this wrong? I'm pretty sure these are all M5s. Yeah, I said all M5s, but I think for this mod, we have to use the inside as M3. Does that make sense? Because of just like the spacing here, the middle is M3. Right? Right? Normal idlers use 5mm. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it has to be. So let's undo this once again and install M3s on the inside for this specific mod. Luckily, these are easy enough. Want to get it right. Okay, so like that. So this is the front. We're angling it like this. And then we need to put the thicker part towards the bottom, which is the top of this. Okay. Guessing that's correct. And then using M5 by 16, or in my case, M3 by 16, M5 by 16. So it's gonna go like this. First, let's line it up, maybe. Where is this supposed to sit? Is it supposed to sit like against the end? That would make sense. Okay. And slide it in. It's a very tight fit. There we go. Okay, just like that. So M5 by 16. M5 by 16. Have I used that one before? M5 by 16. Or M5 by 10. Oh, is that what this is? Yeah, M5 by 16. So one of those towards the end. No, we need the bracket on there first. Oh, okay. Okay, I get what's happening. So the bottom part is actually this, right? No? No, it's not. I might be missing a part. I'm pretty sure. So it looks like these are the tops. What's on the bottom? Maybe there's another part later. I don't know. Oh, yeah. No. No, no. We'll see. There's probably another part that goes in the bottom there. Only had a CAD model. So this goes on like so. Are these directionalized? Yes, they are. So this one goes like this. No, it faces that way. Like this. Okay. Weird. I don't know why they did that, but whatevs. That's lined up. So this is where the belt for the Z is going to terminate. So we're just installing it temporarily. And then I need a 16mm M3. Does my kit come with that? 16mm M3. I have them, but yeah, I do. But this one's socket. I want button head. I doubt, I highly doubt that it comes with that. So that's the only change that I'm making so far is M3x16 button head. Just for this specific mod. Another part, the flat part clamps the Z belts in place. It's another part. Okay. Is it a modded part or is it a stock part? That's the question. Like which repository does it come from? Grab some 16mm. Again, if you're building a printer, just have your own kit. I know it comes with a parts kit, but just have a couple of these. You'll use them for other stuff. You seriously will. So while the LDO parts kit is great for getting started, I would still have spares. Print out the right version of this too, now that I'm kind of looking at it. So that's good. We'll install the belt later. What does this install? You call lower clamp comes with the... Oh, okay. I don't think I printed that yet. That makes sense. I don't think I printed that. So that's the interface between this piece here and... Yeah, okay. So I'll have to print off that. It's not needed right now, hopefully. It doesn't look like they screwed in from the bottom yet. Don't think so. I think that's like the last step. Yeah, so it's like that part. Yeah, so that's the last step. Cool. Cool. So where were we? I think right here. So we get this side installed. I probably... Yeah, I'm not going to do that. So because I was assuming I was going to attach both of them at once, I'm going to flip which side this is on. If I can. Yeah, I should be able to. Because this is the side with the hammer nuts, and I need those to be aligned. So I'm going to put them on the other side where I'm screwing that in all... No, I'm not. Yeah, all the Z's going in at once, isn't it? Never mind. So it's all going to be equally terrible. That's fine. I will suffer later. That is a future problem. Not this stream. Key holders. Oh, you're talking about these? Putting these in Polymaker, Poly, Terra, PLA Plus. They are very strong. They feel like extremely rigid, and they're heavy. So I have some magnets coming in for order. I'll stick them right to the fridge. You understand what I was getting at? I do. I do. Luckily, it seems like it's okay-ish. And at the worst case, we can kind of just tilt it and force its way in. It's not bad. It does get held in by the other nut. Yeah, it's not gonna be too bad. I can manage. But it's gonna be a little bit of a pain. Cool. So that's that one. We did. So it's upside down like that. And then we want to make sure it's flush, which it pretty much is. It can probably go over a tiny bit. Pure plastic part, so it's flush. Not flush, check to install the right idler. It's like 99% there, so it's good enough. Okay, what's next? Notch orientation. Yeah, that's correct. Okay, and then we gotta do the other side. Repeat the process where we undo these right here, and add in a M3 by M3 T-nut, so we can use our modded part. But typically it'll be 2 M5s. Okay, then this is going to be lined up. Probably push it just ever so slightly closer. Like that. Perfect. And then this is going to face the inside. Slide that in. Grab our 16mm M5. Nope, nope, nope. We need this little cover piece. Bring it all the way. Snugly. We'll have to loosen it later. Can you feel it? Feel like Gantry coming together? Yeah, we're almost there. We're like seriously almost there. We get some idlers coming up, don't we? Get the last idlers. Let's go. Yeah, 4 more idlers. Sweet. All right. Feel it. Let's take a water break. Haven't had much of that. Woo. Is there like a lot more to this? It feels like there should be a lot more. I don't know. This is going too, like... I feel like we're almost done. Because we have the gantry. The gantry's almost done. The Z-axis is pretty much done. We have all the other parts built. We just have to do like wiring in the tool head. So that's not bad. Alright, make sure it's flush installed. I like how they have checks. That's a good sanity check because I already messed up once on the location of the pulley for one of the AB motors. Oh, this is the big part. We get to do this part. So let's line it up so that the sticky out parts are on the inside. Like that. Yep. And then use more of those covers on the top. Look at that. Look at that. Neat. I'm gonna have to align some of these before I put them in though. It's a little bit. Yeah, no, let's go in a little more. Okay. And then that's probably fine on that side. And this side, just a little more. Perfect. Oh, wow. Woo! Almost done. No, we're not. We need to find some pieces. All right, so those are like little mini flat pieces that are accent colored. Accent parts. Oh, maybe I have enough of them. Maybe, yeah. I think I actually do. I don't know what. Is that mod weird? Okay, hold on. Why do I have so many of these? Because technically those are supposed to be accent parts in the front, right? Are those accent colored? Yes, they are. So why did these come with the mod if they're the same thing? That confuses me a little bit. Maybe they were just in there to be in there. I really don't know. Build, then later mod. Build and later mod. Well, I had to install these. Like, this is a mod. I thought these were modded parts, but it looks like they come with them. Although they are ever so slightly different. It has this little ridge here. I don't know why that's like that. And this one does too, so these might be different for something different. Huh. Oh well. I can reprint those parts. Those are easy enough. Reprint all the accent parts. I think one of the ones in here is supposed to be an accent. I'll leave that as is. It's fine. It's okay if everything's not perfectly the right color. I just want to get mostly there. As long as it's symmetrical at this point. Alright, the notch orientation goes out. Just fitting the snug for now, because we'll have to put a belt in there. Slit in. Cool. This one. Right. Not alright. Did I get the wrong size? I did. 10mm instead of 16. Oops. That'll never screw in. Right, alright, alright. Back in the bin. Looks good. Notches give the belt space not to rub against side panels. Gotcha. Okay. So let's reprint those two later. You leave extra Z. Okay, yeah, so it comes somehow. It must. Oh, it must. No, I don't know. We'll figure it out. XY joints. Ooh, I like a good XY joint. Okay, perfect. So we need some parts. What are those? Oh boy. Those are regular, so they're black. They should be beefy. What are those? What are those? I don't think I printed those. Yeah, I don't think I have those printed. Let me check my folder. So I think for the X Gantry, I didn't print stuff because I figured I would just print the stealth burner instead. But I might have missed some parts there. Look in my STL files. Quickly tell you if I printed or not. Alright, this STL's Gantry X-axis, XY joints. Oh, okay. So, no, I did not print them, but I printed half of them, so I need to print the other half. Apparently, I didn't print those. I missed them. So those get printed in dark gray, so it gets printed on this printer. Alright, well, I'll have those printed out tomorrow. Those are being printed tomorrow. So, unfortunately, this is as far as I get with the Gantry today. Tomorrow, we'll get to do one more lubrication. And let's see. Yeah, a bunch of shims. That's okay. So we gotta print off these parts. It's a good stopping point, too, for tonight. I think we made pretty good progress. It's coming together. It really is. So, thank you all for coming and watching this live. If you're watching in the future, make sure to give a like and subscribe if you're not already. Huge shout out to West3D for providing a lot of parts for this build. Same to LDO. Thank you, Polymaker, for the filament for this. And I think that's about it. So make sure to check out my Patreon. There's going to be some fun stuff in there coming up. And make sure to join the Polymaker Discord if you want any help with your 3D printing stuff. And make sure to check out MakerDeck if you want to watch 24/7 3D printing and making over on Twitch. All the links for that is in the video description. That is all for me tonight. So goodbye, and I can't wait to get this done. Have a good later. Have a good night. We're just gonna end this. There we go. Ending button. We're done. We're done here. We are done. And thank you, DC. Appreciate it. This looks so good. These colors, they're beautiful. Beautiful colors. I never thought gray would look so good. Have a good later. That's my new outro. Have a good later. Bye!